Hello and welcome to this video. My name is Cornelia. I'm an EFT practitioner and a German teacher, and in this video I'm going to explain to you how EFT, Emotional Freedom Technique, or tapping works, how you can easily apply it for yourself, and we're also going to discuss a little bit the research and some tips at the end. Okay, let's jump in. EFT, Emotional Freedom Technique, or tapping, is a stress reduction tool. Many people would describe it as a combination or mixture, like something in between acupressure or acupuncture and talk therapy. Because we discuss difficult emotions, so we expose ourselves, but at the same time, it's a somatic technique, so we go into the body. And how does this all work? So we tap points on our bodies, meridian points, and that way we signal to our body that it is safe to feel difficult emotions. And so, for example, let's say you have a fear of flying. Yeah, you cannot even bear the thought of going on a plane. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna address that and gonna say, even though I have this fear of flying and I can feel it in my body, I'm okay right here, right now. Yeah, so this would be the setup statement. I'm gonna explain that in a minute, how that works in detail. Yeah, so we go there, we express what's going on. Yeah, and by tapping on these points, we are able to calm our body down. And so that way I may be able to get on a plane. But I would have to repeat this process every single time. But if I decide to work with a practitioner, or you can even do it on your own if you feel safe to do so, if it does not like a lot of emotional charge around it, then you can go deeper and maybe even find the event when it all started. Yeah, maybe one day you had a really, really terrible experience on a plane. And that was the time where your body decided, this is not safe. This is not a safe environment for me. So your body tagged this experience with like the label danger. And our bodies are very wise and they try to keep us safe. So our body will tell us, no way, I'm not going to get on a plane because this is dangerous. And so when we manage to find that event where our body created that belief, our body and our brain, then we can really go into that event, feel all the emotions, allow them to move through our bodies. And then this event or this memory will become like any other memory. Yeah, so there won't be any charge, any strong emotional charge anymore. So tapping helps us to cut this connection between a difficult situation, may it be in the present or in the past, and our physical response. Yeah, so it kind of like changes the story that we tell ourselves about a specific situation. And so this is possible because we tap our bodies, we go into our bodies and allow these emotions to move through us, because we then feel safe to do so, because it's very natural not to go to the difficult emotions. The way this works is that we go into that situation. We want to be very, very specific. We're going to talk about that in a moment. And that way we can work on all these different aspects and clear them. If you're interested in the research and all the background, you can go to Peter Stapleton's website. I'm going to link her website down below, and you find a number of studies, for example, on PTSD, on anxiety, on weight loss. So there's very interesting research showing that tapping does lower, for example, cortisol and other physiological markers, and it proves its efficacy. So that's the research, and we've just talked about how it works. So we start with a setup statement. We say, even though I feel so scared to get on this plane and I really feel it in my chest, right here and right now, I choose to love and accept myself anyway. So the first part is the exposure part. Yeah, we state what is going on. Yeah, this is not like affirmations or anything like that. So we say as it is. We have a rant. We really say out loud what is bothering us. And then the second part is the acceptance statement. And here it is really important that you can resonate with it. If I love and accept myself anyway doesn't feel true to you, and it even creates some resistance when a little voice says, no, I'm not, then try something else and say, maybe one day I'm able to love and accept myself. Maybe one day I can have compassion for myself. Yeah, try different things and see what feels true to you. And so we repeat that 3 times, the setup statement. And then I always start at the top of the head. And then we go at the beginning of the eyebrow. That's the eyebrow point. And then we've got the side of the eye. We've got under the eye. We've got under the nose. Under the lips. And then we go to the collarbone point, which is here where the bone is, and 3 finger widths down, you've got the collarbone point. And this may feel a little bit sore, a little bit tender, and that's where you go. And then under the arm is usually where the bralette would be. And that's really it. It's a very repetitive process, very easy. Yeah, you can really make it yourself. You make it your own. You choose whether you want to tap with both hands. You choose the tempo. Some people, they prefer it to tap a little bit quicker. Other people do it slower. So it's all up to you. You can really experiment. It's a very forgiving process. And obviously it doesn't cost anything. You can do it. I mean, it's best if you have a safe, like quiet space to do it. But if you're in a public space and you want to tap, then you can use your finger points. That's also, you will already feel relief from just using your finger points. And so, yeah, it's very easy to use it. And I always suggest to just explore. Obviously, these videos on YouTube are very helpful. They're a good starting point because sometimes we're so overwhelmed, we don't even know what we're feeling. So that's a good place to start and just open up some space. Yeah, because sometimes we're so like in our heads and we can't even think, we can't even tune into our bodies. And tapping is really good to do that. And once we have quieted down the noise a little bit, we can really see, okay, what is going on at this moment. And so I suggest whatever comes up for you is the right thing. Yeah, so let's say you're working on something, the fear of flying, for example, and you've got a memory, like an image coming up. So this is what we want to follow. We want to go there. We want to see what's there. And the other thing that you've probably noticed, it's important to go into the body, to really feel into what is going on right now. Can you feel some tension, some pressure? Is it in your chest? Is it in your throat? Is it in your stomach? Wherever it is, be specific with it. And maybe you can even give it a color, a texture. Yeah, start right there. And then when things do come up, which might not be related at all. Yeah, this is very typical. You think, oh, this cannot have to do with this. This is no way related at all. But follow those images, or yeah, and then it's important if you go and follow follow something into the past, and you end up working on a past event. It's very important to be specific. So you really want to imagine the situation. You really want to see, okay, am I indoors? Am I outdoors? Where am I? Who's around me? Yeah. What are they talking about? What are they saying? How do they look at me? What's their tone of voice? Because all these aspects give us information, and it might be even the smell. Yeah, the smell in a room that reminds you of something or that is triggering you. So we want to be specific, we want to go there. And then you can kind of like clear those aspects, and you can allow those difficult emotions, whatever that might be, to come up, and you can allow them to release. And that might take a while. Yeah, so it's always good to kind of like check in the beginning when you start. Okay, how high are my emotions? Like, what's the intensity? Where do I feel them, and how strong do I feel them in my body? And then later on, you can check back in and see, okay, actually my emotions, this sense of panic has gone up. And that is information. It's not something bad. It's not something where you can say, where you want to kind of like beat yourself up about it. No, we take this as information, and it tells us, okay, this is exactly where I need to go. Feels very intense at the moment, and this is where I need to keep working. And yeah, and when you notice a shift, maybe you feel calmer in your body. You say, okay, like I can no longer connect to this, or it feels like there's a distance. There's a distance between me and that old memory. Yeah, then you can see we managed to kind of like cut this connection between a situation that bothered you and your physical response to it. So it no longer holds an emotional charge. And these are basically the basic tips. On this channel, I will provide, like for example, some content, some videos around general topics like loneliness or overwhelm or resistance, but also language learning related content, because I do feel that emotions as a factor in the process underestimated, and I think it does play quite a big role, and it can affect us quite a lot. So you will also find some content here. So thank you for listening, and I hope to see you soon in a video. I'm looking forward to tapping with you. Bye.